Hey guys, so I'm sure you guys have watched this interview that Priscilla's mother did, and of course, she was being asked about letting Priscilla's father walk her down the aisle. And her answer was very, very interesting. I want you to listen. Of course, people have opinion about her answer. First of all, before I give my own opinion, let's talk a little bit about Priscilla's wedding, right? You all know that it was talk of town, both in West and also in East. I think it's the most trendiest wedding that we've seen so far, in my opinion. During Priscilla's wedding, right? This one was the one that happened in Nigeria, the tradition one. I remember watching, looking at this video, and in as much as we could not understand the language, but sometimes a picture is more than words. You know, you can tell that she was really, really, really pouring into her daughter. And later on, based off of the things that we've seen people say about Prissy, sometimes I think that these prayers, she really needed them. You know what I'm saying? After all the things that people said about her, wishing her all the bads. Okay, now I get why Prissy's mother was very, very emotional into wishing her daughter this. And of course, also, you all know that Prissy's mother also played a huge role in this relationship, making sure that everything, you know, happened the way it was. Also, the role that she played during the marriage. And of course, allowing Prissy's father to be the one to have the first dance, and of course also allowing Prissy's father to walk her daughter down the aisle. And with that, so I know of many single women, right, even who the baby daddy is still alive, whom would have felt like, no, I did this by myself, so I deserve to be the one to walk my daughter down the aisle. I know of people who could have made it all about them. But Prissy's mother also talked about something very, very important in that clip, which I want you to listen to.
When you said you're an African woman to the core, I remembered something during your daughter's wedding. One of the high points is that how would you allow her father, who probably wasn't part of her life, to be so prominent. And it reminded me of being an African woman to the core. Many of us young people today would never do that kind of thing. So I'd like you to give us the wisdom behind it.
So, I don't know, there's something called ancestral curses. And we Africans believe it. Christians also. And I believe that if you do not want something to continue, you have to be able to break it. So I made up my mind. Whatever situation that had happened, because my dad and my mom also, you know, we're not together.
Yeah.
Every mistake they had made that I have made, my children will not make it. So I had to put aside what I felt, my differences, and clear her path.
Hallelujah.
And that's why I said I have paid the price for her to succeed, for her to be happy in a marriage.
Fantastic.
Her father is not dead, he's alive. So why can't he be there?
Fantastic. I love that.
He didn't wrong her. Me and him fell out. Has nothing to do with her. I made the choice to marry him, right? So whatever it is that's going on between me and him is between me and him. It shouldn't extend to...
Oh my God, what more can you add on that? What more can you add on that? I understand that sometimes when you broke up with a partner, it hurts. You know, it's probably gonna hurt you for the rest of your life because of how deep the betrayal was. But you need to look at it on a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the situation happened between you and the man, not the man and the kid. If the man don't want to be involved with the kids, well and good, but you will know that at least you tried. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, every kid's dream, right? Growing up, especially if you were born on a household where there's a father and there's a mother, want to be walked down the aisle with the dad. You know, we want to live through the things that we see on TV, where you see a prince and a princess and the daddy walking the daughter down the aisle. That is every little girl's dream. you know, and for Priscilla's mother to put away the differences that whatever she had going on with Pris's father, which of course she admitted, to just make it all about her daughter. She wanted that day to be about her daughter, because I'm sure if Priscilla's father wasn't there would have been people who could have been cho. But I remember also when these pictures and videos started coming out of Pris's dad coming with a wife and Pris's mom being there with her long-term partner, people were so happy. They were saying, wow, this is nice, this is beautiful, you know, this is something that people should emulate. And there's this comment that I saw that I'm going to read to you, okay? So this lady commenting, saying in a quote, "Not every sacrifice is visible. Some are made in silence so that the next generation can breathe." Honey, let me tell you, especially as African girl child, we've been through the most. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes I, for example, came to find out that most of the trauma that I went through my mom was because that is how she was brought up, and now she's bringing all that on me. And now, in order for me to be free myself and to make sure that I don't transfer that to my children, then I need to cut it off. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will be difficult, because probably that is something that has shaped you to become who you are. Now you're a grown-ass person. You're noticing these difficulties and you're trying in as much as to change it, not take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. I still struggle with some things, you know what I'm saying? And that's why also it's very important that the person that you end up with, you choose to end up with, also help you to heal some of the traumas that, you know, you picked while growing up. Because if you are going through all that and then you meet the wrong person, honey, it's like a cocktail of disaster. Before you know it, you're just blowing off. You know, your kids are the one to face it, and now the chain continue over and over again. So when I heard, or rather when I saw those words and how Pris's mother talked about it, and you can tell the way she's talking about it, she no longer have grudge against Pris's father or whatever it is they had going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to hate someone, or you don't have to totally say that, oh, I forget. You can forgive. Forgetting is a little bit hard. We like to say it loosely because there are some things that will happen to you along the road and you will use your past to reference what's going on. So sometimes it's just good to let go. Just let go. You'll feel better. Anyway, tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. Keep it class, sister. Mrs. You, my next one. Ciao.